to and from the family of light. Beloved brothers and sisters, we come together on the other side. We are gathered in this, the hall of light. We see you, we feel you. We are your thoughts, your dreams, your passion. We are those you consider your loved ones, as well as those you believe to be your enemies. We are all beings. We are the man in the street, the one you passed by coincidence 20 years ago, and who, depending on your choice of reality, you either gave a moment of your time in the form of a smile, or you did not. We are all the hers and all the hymns with which you have shared so many years of happiness and love, those that share the experience of existence with you. We are you as well as your other. We are those that you have yet to meet and those whom you have met in this life and the many other lifetimes that make up this experience. We are pleasantly surprised that you are allowing us to communicate with you in this way. It is not as common as you might believe it to be, for the simple reason that it is easier to believe in something when that which you believe in seems like an exotic and distant fantasy. This is obvious when you look at the belief systems within most, if not all, religions on this planet. Yet, opening yourself up for direct contact, like you now have, with what most people consider a faraway, fringe idea, this requires courage. It takes belief in the self as well as belief in the whole. It is a reason for celebration to us, and we celebrate in your name on the rhythm of each and every one of your heartbeats. You are proof that consciousness and what it means to be conscious is evolving. It is as surprising to us as it is to you, perhaps, to once again assume this form in which you have known us personally, and to once again communicate using the system of words that are part of human language. In many cases, we have taken on form before, yet many of us standing here now are expressing in such a way that you have yet to recognize us in, due to the current experience of life you are having. In past times, often this form of communication was possible only during special occasions within the cycles that are your years, such as the days outside of time as celebrated by the ancient Mayan communities. Now, as your experience of time in this reality progresses, all days are becoming as charged as these original days outside of time once were. This is why this communication has now become possible. Once again, The main drive behind this reason is the choice that you have made to evolve your expression of consciousness. It is quite fascinating for us to witness how, in this day and age, in your private heart-to-heart conversations with one another and with yourself, you are often occupied with fear and with loss, or rather with the fear of loss itself. It is exactly this fear that unavoidably brings you to the experience of pain, even when it is not sought out. As we communicate this concept to you, using the workings of the subconsciousness of this man who messages, for no other reason than that it is appropriately requested by him to do so, and because he has opened up those pathways of communication himself. With immediate effect, we are able to experience this fear of loss and the pain it leads to, because this pathway is well established within this messenger's mind, much like it is in each human that is alive right now. What is the cause and the nature of this fear of loss? It is the consequence of the experience of duality. Very likely, this will not be news to you, given the fact that you entered into the experience of this reality with your knowledge about the unique experience of duality that is possible here, and you will exit with that same information. And yet, it is so often forgotten in the process of the duration of your experience within this reality. We, your loved ones, from times past, present, and future, tell you now, do not fear. Have no sadness nor regrets, but instead rejoice in the knowingness that we, together with you, are each blade of grass and each stone that you can feel underneath your feet as you walk this earth. We are each piece of clothing that you wear or have ever owned. The heart of all your loved ones also beats in the chest of your pet, your goldfish, and any other being that you see around you. The fire of your individual and collective passion is present within and burns within the flame of the candle on the table. The pie that you are getting ready to eat symbolizes how wholesome we are to one another when we come together. It shows that we are here to nourish one another always. It is the way of life, beloved family, that there is nothing in existence on all levels of it that is not intrinsically, infinitively, and eternally connected. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, that you have ever lost, can ever, or will ever lose, nor have you ever truly gained anything. The only way the experience of loss and separation is even achievable is in realities such as this one, where you come to practice the illusion of separation and loss in order to understand it and learn from it. The choice to come here and do so is more respected than you can possibly imagine from the perspective of where you are currently sitting. As such, do not merely see and observe the people that you love in the way of their appearance. Do not merely look for them in their bodies, but look for them in your own smile, in the air that you are breathing in right now. Find them in your heart and then take the next bold step to find your heart in the world, and to find that world then once again in your heart evermore. This way you will always remember the living connection between all things, and when you do, all is well, always. You too are standing here, gathered with us in this, the Hall of Light, as it is often called. This gathering in your reality is reflected in a thought that resounds in the heart of us all, the heart of all beings that are alive, and in the heart of the infinite, beloved Creator God itself. Simultaneously, this Hall of Light is reflected in the thoughts of the man who messages, as it is in your own. We are eternally connected and wrapped together in angel wings and in the tears of joy of the consciousness of the whole itself. As such, we will not close this communication and tell you that we will see you again soon, as you so commonly do with one another, for you are always here and we are you. Most importantly, however, we ask that now that you have taken this first step to work diligently, to stay out of the realms of grief, of sadness, and of sorrow. Only when entering these will you make your views finite and take your outlook away from the infinity of existence that is the truth within your heart, which you are now asked to once again dare to trust and permanently embrace. Creating your own endings in this way is no longer appropriate, as it is quite pointless from your new and budding perspective of consciousness. We stand with you always, and we are within you, as you are within us. Wise words from your biblical times, but words which you now are ready to discover the true power and meaning of. In love for the whole, in gratitude for your experience, and in the greatest of honor and respect for taking up the power which is and has always been yours, we retreat to and forever remain in your heart, which is the place we call home. To and for the family of light, this is Nathaniel. And so it is.